Algebra 1, Simplifying Expressions. Learning intention. We are learning to simplify algebraic expressions by combining like terms, so by adding or subtracting like terms. Our success criteria. I can identify like terms. I can simplify expressions step by step. I can check my answers using worked solutions. Example 1. Simplify. 4a plus 6b plus 6 minus 2a plus b minus 3. Step 1, we're going to add in our invisible ones. So plus b is really plus 1b. So we add in any invisible ones. Step 2, we're going to circle all the a terms. So we're going to circle 4a and minus 2a because they are like terms. They can be added or subtracted. Make sure you circle the minus. If you leave out the minus and you just circle the 2a, you're going to go wrong. The minus is stuck on in front of the 2a, so it belongs to the 2a. So then we just work it out. So 4a minus 2a equals 2a. Step 3, we're going to box the b terms. So I'm going to put a box around plus 6b, and I'm going to put a box around plus 1b because they are like terms and they can be added or subtracted together. And then we work it out. 6b plus 1b equals 7b. Step 4, add or subtract the constants. So a constant is a term that doesn't have a letter, so it's just a number. So we have plus 6 and minus 3 are our constants. And 6 minus 3 is 3. Step 5, put the terms together with plus or minus between them. So we bring down the 2a, we bring down the 7b, which gets a plus in front of it, because if there's no sign in front of it, you just automatically assume it's a plus, it's a positive. And then we bring down the 3 and put a plus in front of it. And that's our answer. We have simplified. So we don't add the 2a to the 7b because you can't add a's and b's together. You can multiply them. You can multiply any terms, but you can only add or subtract like terms. So we can't add the 2a to the 7b. They just stay separate. And likewise, we can't add the 7b to the 3 and so on. So this is our final answer. This is our simplified expression. Simplify 2x squared minus 3x minus 7 minus x squared minus 5x plus 3. Step 1, add in the invisible 1. So minus x squared is really minus 1x squared. Step 2, circle the x squared terms. So the highest power of x in this case is squared, so we're going to start off with those. So I'm circling 2x squared and minus 1x squared. Remember to circle the minus as well. If you just circle 1x squared, you will go wrong. Then we work that out. So 2x squared minus 1x squared gives us 1x squared. So 2 minus 1 is 1, and the x squared stay the same. When we are adding or subtracting like terms, the powers do not change. So the rule that you must learn off, when adding or subtracting like terms, the powers don't change. And this can be confusing because when we're doing multiplying of terms, the powers do change. So if you're adding or subtracting, the powers do not change. You have to learn that off by heart. So if we have squared here, x squared, and we're subtracting an x squared, we still have an x squared at the end. Step 3, we box the x terms. So we have minus 3x and we have minus 5x. Again, make sure that you're including the minus inside of your box. If you just put a box around the 3x, you're going to go wrong. Then we work it out. Minus 3x minus 5x is minus 8x. So you obviously can use your calculator here, and I suggest you do because you will have access to it in your junior cert exam. But the rule when we have the same signs is we add them and we keep the sign. So 3 and 5 make 8, and since the signs are minus, we keep the minus. Another way to think about it is if you are at minus 3 degrees on a thermometer and you go down by another 5 degrees, you end up at minus 8 degrees. It's getting colder. If you have minus €3 in your bank account and you spend another €5, so you take out another €5, you're going to be minus €8 in your bank account. So be very careful with your signs. Use your calculator. It's there for you to use. So just careful with your signs. Step 4, add or subtract the constants. So again, the constants are the terms that have no letters. So we've got minus 7 and plus 3 left over. And minus 7 plus 3 is minus 4. So again, be very careful with your signs. You can just stick it into the calculator, but the rule here is if they're different signs, we subtract and we keep the sign of the bigger number. So 3 from 7 leaves us with 4. And since 7 is a bigger number than 3, we keep the sign of the minus. So that's the rule for adding or subtracting different signs. But as I said, you can just use your calculator here to be safe. And another way to think about it is if it's minus 7 degrees Celsius and it goes up by 3 degrees, it's going to be minus 4 degrees Celsius. If you have minus €7 in your bank account and you add in €3, you're going to end up at minus €4 in your bank account. Step 5, put the terms together with a plus or a minus between them. So we just bring down the 1x squared, the minus 8x and the minus 4, and there's our answer. There's our simplified expression.